Hello and welcome to Sphere demo presented by Jelena Mirković. In this demo, I will show you how to create an account on Sphere, how to log in, how to create an experiment. In this case, we will demonstrate SYN flood attack, which uses three nodes: attacker, server, and client. We will add the topology containing these three nodes and then reserve and activate the nodes. Next, I will show how to use command line interface to access the nodes. We will install software on server node and then ask for the home page from the client node. We will next install the attack tool on the attacker node and disable server protection. We will show how the SYN flood attack disables the server so that it cannot reply to clients' requests. We will then return the protection and demonstrate how, in this new setting, the attack is not successful anymore. You can use your institutional identity or Microsoft, Google, GitHub accounts to log on to Sphere. In this case, I'm using my Microsoft account, and after logging in, I can choose the username for Sphere. I'm then prompted to enter some more information about me, such as my name, the institution, my position, and the country and state. After I enter everything in, I need to wait for the administrator to approve my account. Once I'm approved, I will see an interface that looks like what I'm showing here. I will now go ahead and create an experiment. I will give it a name, demo, and a short one-sentence description. And now I need to upload the topology for that experiment. I'm going to go to Model Editor, and here I can start from scratch, and I can actually copy-paste the example from our documentation. We have the example in Hello World part of the documentation. And I'm going to copy-paste this text into the model editor. There are three nodes in this topology with names A, B, and C. I'm going to rename them into client, server, and attacker. And now I'm going to compile and push this model to the experiment that I just created. And now I can actually see that topology in the experiment. I'm now going to reserve nodes for my experiment, and I need to give some name to that realization. And then I'm going to activate the nodes. And after a little while, the nodes will become active, which means I can access them. In order to access the nodes, I need to create an XDC, which is a gateway node, to get me to my experiment, and I need to give it some name. Then I'm going to attach the gateway node to my experiment. Now if I refresh the page, I can see that it is attached, and I can click on the Jupyter link to take me to the Jupyter interface. I can now access terminals on multiple experimental nodes. I'm going first to the server node, and here I'm going to install Apache Web Server. And now I'm going to the client node, I'm going to install the web server on the server node. And then on the client node, I'm going to ask for a home page from the server, and I received some HTML, which means that the server is working. Now I can go on to the attacker node, and I'm going to install an attack tool called hping3. And now on the server node, I'm going to remove the protection against SYN flood attacks. This protection is on by default in newer operating systems. And now I'm going to launch the SYN flood attack. The first time I try this, it will tell me that I need superuser permissions, so I can type sudo in front. And now if I try to ask for the home page, the server will hang, so the client gets no response. I can now stop the attack and verify that the client can receive the response again from the server. Finally, I am going to enable the protection again by turning SYN cookies on. I'm going to launch the attack again, and I'm going to ask for the home page, and this time it is successful because the protection is working.